Hi, this is Elena. Today's video is about 2026 as a year of the Crown Chakra. And of course, this recording happens now, and of course, it flows differently than if it was recorded any other day. So, what does it mean in actions in real life that it is the year of the Crown Chakra? And why is it the year of the Crown Chakra now? So, a few years ago that I started recording courses on Udemy or doing my services, offering my services to others as a psychic, as a channeler, as a medium, as a healer, the spirit, my spirit guides were stepping forward explaining to me about the heart chakra, about the spiral of all the chakras, how we come each year to face the challenges and the blessings of each chakra as an energy center, speaking the energy language, and how that challenges us and what it means. And of course, it's not just one energy center that is being opened up more, or the shadows are being brought up on the surface, or we have to deal with these challenges or with these blessings, and there's an expansion. Of course, each chakra relates to the others. Everything is energy. It doesn't make it more or less, but the main focus is the crown chakra. Although I have seen and watched predictions about this is the time where we have to drop to our heart chakra, which is true, the fire horse. But it's not just that. And for those of us who have a very strong crown chakra, we get to understand that through the crown chakra, through the connection with the divine, everything is about love. Which means I won't dismiss my anger. I will show and give love to my anger. I will show and give love to where I feel abandoned, rejected, or overwhelmed. This is also about love. Everything is about love. And it's not about ignoring those aspects of me that I don't feel proud of enough to entertain. On the contrary, the crown chakra is not even about signs and asking for clarity and guidance. It's about connecting, actually accepting, and then connecting all the aspects of self as one. If you are looking to find and feel the oneness within yourself, you have to start with that, allowing all the different aspects of yourself connected, seen, appreciated, integrated, embodied fully. Even those that you are not proud of yourself, even those that make you feel that you don't deserve of something or someone. All of the aspects, even if you judge them as negative, as not worthy enough, as not good enough, that I won't go to the 5D if I'm not this and that, even more so that. It's all about love. Through the crown chakra, through your own divinity, accepting your humanness, if it makes sense, because all of these aspects of yours are part of you and need to be seen, acknowledged, accepted, and loved. Now, what will happen next is another question, another subject in total. And you don't have to focus on what happens next. Just see, open up to see all those aspects of yours, accept them, love them unapologetically, and without judgment, if possible. Yes, discernment, but no judgment. Another thing that this will be a theme this year has to do with arrogance. There's no space for arrogance. There's no space for ego-driven behaviors, behavioral patterns that are ego-driven or from spiritual arrogance perspective are not allowed anymore, will not be tolerated energetically by anyone, even more so yourself. And in that space, you will have to face any shadows you haven't faced before when it comes to spiritual arrogance, when it comes to your personal arrogance. And I'm not saying be humble, because these two are not the opposites. They are two completely different things. I'm talking about acceptance within self and not thinking that I am the one, I am the wise one, I am this, I'm better than you. And this usually shows in very subtle ways. It won't come as loud as you think or as you see it in others. In yourself, it will come in a very subtle way that someone will be dragging the carpet under your feet, literally. And because there's no space for that, this is where you have to become more aware of yourself, more aware of where you are coming from and why. What is the motive behind it? What is the intention? What is the space you are coming from? Because it needs to be acknowledged. You will see many truths being revealed. This is one of the Crown Chakra themes, where a lot of truth will be revealed in many, many, many ways, not only about self, but for the reality we're living in. And for better or for worse, if you're not good with facing the truth, the ugly truth, the uncomfortable, the uncomfortable truth, the truth that makes you feel shaking within yourself, then you will have to practice a bit more with that to make yourself more comfortable. What else is coming up? Many karmic lessons with question marks. And that's coming from my guides, and this is why with the question marks. Because, you know, we have been receiving signs to go this direction, the other direction, or to explore this connection or explore that. And at the end of that situation, what shows up is that was a beautiful, huge, fat lesson. And you go, really? Really? All these signs, all these confirmation signs to go to that direction, and then I will fall into my face just to learn something more? And we are gonna be like, So in other words, your guidance will be coming through, but you will have to get into a space of assessment. Assessing why to go to that direction. What is the purpose? You don't have to blindly follow guidance. This is the utmost lesson behind it. We don't have to blindly follow the guidance that is coming through. We can see through the lesson, and yet there are times where the only way out of a situation is all the way through it, all the way in. So knowing that, you may already know that this will be a lesson, not a pleasant one, this is why I'm saying it like that, but still you will be going and walking through that lesson knowingly that it is a lesson, so it will make it easier not to be guarded, because that's something it's easy to do either way, but in a way that I'm knowingly walking through this phase now because it has something to offer me. So your focus will have to be, what does this situation offers to me? What am I gaining out of it? And I know it sounds selfish, but it's selfish in the right way, in the beneficial way, where you are exploring yourself and you are learning a lot more because you are aware of it. A lot easier, a lot faster, and because awareness is there. What else? Everything will be moving faster. This is another Crown Chakra principle where the time exists in a different sense. So you have to become a time master. What does that mean now? A time master can connect through that variety of the 3D and 5D existence, which is the time measurement that changes. Through the Crown Chakra, everything moves faster and at the same time simultaneously slower. So you will have to find your own way of understanding time, connecting fully with that as a frequency. I'm not saying about logical comprehension, because that doesn't exist. For the logical comprehension of time, you have your clock, And that's enough. You can see the date, you can see the time, you can see whatever you need to be seeing from the logical perspective of things. You can open your window and see if it is a day or night for the most part of this planet, at least. But for the true understanding of the variety of time, you have to just focus with your inner compass and your inner guidance of what that means for you, because there will be things that will be moving really fast, things that will be moving really slow, times where you will have to slow down with awareness consciously so you can enjoy the most out of it, or even take your time to make some choices. There will be things showing up in a very fast way where you will be called to take actions or even to make decisions really fast. It will be chop, 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 let's move now, we are going through. In that space, if something stresses you, you have to slow down, you have to say no, and you have to trust, fully trust, that if it is meant to be for you, it will show up again. You don't have to make any decisions in a way that something makes you feel you are forced to make that decision now. And this is why it is stressed so much, because it's not about being fast. You're not winning a competition of speed. And you're not competing with anyone. You're not gonna lose any chances that are meant to be for you. And this is it. You have to slow down, you have to breathe in, you have to take your time before you decide, and know that the frequency will be so high that you may even feel propelled forward to claim that as your choice in that high frequency. And this is where you have to step back and slow down, get off that high speed train, and decide if this is for you or not. You're not missing any opportunities, any chances, anything that is meant to be for you. And if something comes that fast and leaves equally fast, it's clearly not meant to be for you. If there's no loud and clear yes in that space. Always check in with your intuition, check in with what feels right or wrong to you, for you, regardless of what I'm saying here now, because this is what matters. Not a random advice you heard from a channeler, even if it is me, but what feels right to you and for whatever the reason. Some things will show up as opportunities, as great opportunities, and with that you will have to sit and reflect, sleep on these opportunities, sleep on them literally, before you make up your mind. I don't know why this is coming up so loud and clear, but there will be also these opportunities that they won't look great, they won't look or feel exciting enough, but they will be exactly what you need now in the way you need it. It will feel like a leap of faith again, but in a very guided way, in a way that will make sense that this is the right step for you. So it's not about listening to the guidance that comes, because don't forget, the guidance that comes through sometimes is a huge trap, a lesson, okay? But be aware of what feels right to you and why. Not because Spirit is testing you, Spirit is helping you grow, and that eventually will come through lessons, guided lessons. And yes, there is protection, but it's your time, it's your energy, it's your money, it's your investment. So be sure you are absolutely in alignment with yourself when you make a decision in one or another direction. Now let's go to the more interesting and juicy stuff when it comes to the Crown Chakra Year. A lot of spiritual gifts, actually soul gifts, will be awakening And it has nothing to do with the things we've experienced so far, with the ways we have opened up energetically so far. So if you already know you're a psychic, you're a medium, you're a channeler, you're a yoga instructor, you are this, you're that, absolutely perfect. If you're in alignment with your intuition, absolutely amazing again. But there will be changes in many other ways, and some of the gifts that are awakening now have to do with what is coming up the next years. They're gonna be used in many different ways, but the usual norm of how a gift awakens is like this. At first, in a bit destructive way, that we feel all over the place, we don't know what is this a gift, it doesn't look like a spiritual gift, what is it about, and why do I feel these things, why I have become so sensitive in others' energy. Yes, I'm an empath, but that much. It has never been like that before. At the same time, I'm gonna say it, you can be a timeline integrator like I am. That's something that has been awakening for me the last 2 years, and I still don't know what to do about it. No, I know up to a level what to do with it. So you may be opening up to seeing different timelines, how things will evolve, and not just seeing, but feeling them fully, as if you're experiencing everything in real time. And it's beautiful for the most part, okay, but you may be seeing all these alternatives and you may be thinking, what the heck is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. It is another way of you interacting with the web of the quantum field, with the web of parallel lifetimes and infinite possibilities. That doesn't mean that you have to experience, of course, everything, because that wouldn't be viable, right? But at the same time, you are exploring all the things that you won't be experiencing through feeling, through sight, through every single of your senses. And what leaves is the things that haven't happened. So you are staying actually with the timeline that has to evolve and wake up and be experienced, and that's absolutely fine. Believe me, I understand that this can be challenging sometimes, but integrating all of these different possibilities in your essence leaves you without having a regret. Why haven't I experienced that? Why didn't I choose that path? Why didn't I choose that person even in my life? Because the path, you have already seen it and you already know how this will continue, and sometimes it may look incredibly beautiful, okay, but still it won't play out like that, because this is the highest of possibilities. And what are the chances of these highest possibilities for both of you to be there fully expanded and experienced? So yeah, this may leave you with regrets or a feeling it could have been that. The thing is that it's not that, it would never be that. And you have to understand in that space that you are integrating something and find the value of what you are integrating, because the value has a lot to offer, not as lessons, but as wisdom and as knowledge, where you can see yourself evolved and having experienced these specific situations. Other gifts that can be awakening, they are quite a huge number of it. I'm not being shown specifics, but I'm being guided to share about telepathic communication, which is something most of us have been experiencing differently. Telekinesis, of course, it is only the beginning. This will heighten more in the next few years, and teleportation, of course. And there are many other parameters of being a psychic and a channeler that will be opening up. For those of you interested in the light language, just open up and speak. Speak what comes through, even if it feels silly, even if there is a huge voice in your head screaming, this is stupid, because that's how it goes at first. If you feel that you need some toning down on your gifts, please ask your higher self and your guides to support you with that. Although going all the way in is the fastest way out, and I'm not saying closing down your gifts, but not being afraid to understand them, to experience them, and to truly give them some energy. Because through this learning process of awakening more spiritual gifts, you will be integrating more aspects of you that you are not aware, that you haven't been aware of in the past. So yeah, there's that too. And you're not a weirdo. That's another thing that comes up usually when we are awakening to our gifts. At first we are feeling stupid or weirdos or something off is with us and what is going on again. But no, and please do remember that this is part of the process and nothing lasts forever. So follow it and go with it in the way that resonates with you at this point of time. If you need some extra help with that though, please do reach out. We can do mentorship sessions. We can do anything to help you process this new, not exactly new for your soul though, okay, but for your spirit, new spiritual gifts that you are awakening into now. I mentioned before about spiritual arrogance, and there's no place anymore and space for that to be allowed in many other ways. The way you can actually integrate all of that, if it is needed for you, is through combining human and spiritual life as one, because this is what spirituality is. It's about finding ways to live your everyday life, your human life, through your spiritual lenses. Which means, how do I apply more of love, of honesty, integrity, transparency in my everyday life, in my relationship with everyone around me, either family, either friends, either clients, colleagues, whatever that is. How can I be more present and more of my true self? This is what spirituality is. It's not about being love and light and zen. This is not spirituality. This is a huge illusion we have created for ourselves and we want to experience it. Guess what? It's not happening like that. So if you don't embrace your true self in your everyday life, meaning your human self, your divine self, your spiritual self, your angry self, your humble self, your arrogant self, it will come to find you over and over again in order for you to show that acceptance and that recognition of that aspect of yours that needs that visibility from you. So please be open. It's not about shadows, it's not about anything. It's about being real with yourself in your everyday moment. How can you be fully present, fully embodied, fully integrated? The more you do that, the more you are awakening to your true gifts, to your true essence, whatever that is. So please don't hold back from being your true self. Don't hold back from embracing what is right for you in the moment. And I'm not saying follow your worst instincts, okay? Let me be clear, completely clear with that. But don't hold back to be what others need you to be now. Don't hold back from yourself. Embrace each moment as it comes, what you need at that moment. Speak the truth that you were always struggling to speak because you were too respectful of someone's feelings, even if they weren't with yours. That's usually the story how it goes. And embrace each moment as it comes. If nothing else, keep this. Be present and embrace each moment as it comes. That's all I had to share about the Crown Chakra Year. We are about to explore. There will be many more downloads in regards to this year and many more lessons. I hope not. But understanding, much more understanding of what this means for us, what we are called to do, how we can step out of our comfort zone, in which way, and how we can actually get to be more real, authentic, raw within ourselves, and being okay with that. Because it's okay for me to show my anger, but if I go then to my space and feel regret about it, that feeling of regret shows me something that I can't dismiss. And I'm not saying be proud of yourself when you are angry, okay, but there's something in that that needs to be acknowledged, no matter how hard it can be for you or the others. Leaving you with that, I love you. A huge hug, energetic hug. And as always, be true to yourself and be your true self. Please feel free to reach out. Through my website, you can book any of my services. Reach out through an email if that is easier for you. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you find all of these things. I want to believe it's nothing new. But it's also good to have some clarification and validation even from an outside source. It's always helpful and it shows some kind of direction. Fire horse it is. Here we come. Here we go with you. And may God bless us. Anyways, I'm joking a bit in the meanwhile. Everything is energy. This is it. Everything is energy. So start exploring what that means for you in your everyday life. Please don't dismiss anything just because it is a bit uncomfortable. Take your time, of course, if you're not ready to face something now, but don't dismiss it or ignore it because it comes back louder just to attract your attention. Just that. I love you and see you again on the next video.